Ako, I remember when I think I was 3, 4 months old in the church, Pastor Ariel Marquez asked me, Mark, do you see anyone in Makati, Victory Makati? Sabi ko, wala eh. Wala pa. And then I asked him, how do you know? How would you know if that's the one? So, ang ganda ng sagot niya sa, it helped me.
Okay.
Because of that answer, nakapag-asawa ka agad ako. So, malalaman nyo yan sa next year na sa next pod.
Binitin.
So, kasi I was reading, Paul, na ano ako, yung parang sobra akong on fire. Sabi ko, Lord, kahit sino ibigay mo sa akin, na papakasalan ko kahit na hindi maganda, yung mga gano'n, no? Sabi ni Ariel sa akin, bro, kung mag-alala, bibigyan ka naman ni Lord ng gusto mo rin. So medyo na ano ako, no? Na parang bunutan ng tinik na hindi naman pala kahit sino lang, no? Pero sabi niya, so tinanong ko siya, how would you know? And I guess kasi the reason why it's important, because sometimes people over-spiritualize everything.
Okay.
Yung may mga fleas. Lord, kung talagang siya yun, kailangan mapaginipan ko siya. Makikita kami, susuot niya, red na dress, may dala siyang libro. So, di ba, may mga ganun, may mga fleas.
Yeah.
Pero sabi ni Ariel sa akin, simple lang yan, bro. May gusto ka sa kanya, may gusto siya sa'yo, yun na yun. I guess, hindi naman siya married sa iba, wala naman siyang relationship, di ba? Single pareho. You can, you have work. So, sabi, baka yun na yun.
You both love the Lord.
Kaya, so dahil doon, ganun pala, no? So, kay Wina, sabi ko, sumaba ako. Sumaba ako, gusto kita. O, tayong dalawa na. Ganun na, ganun ka diretso.
20 years naman. Oh.
But I think it helped me knowing na, sige, kasi syempre, pag nag-asawa kailangan pareho kayo, may gustuhan
May
kayo, di ba?
attraction na
May
parang-
attraction. Hindi yung parang napilitan ka lang doon sa relationship.
Yeah.
So, kaya kay Wina nun, nagano na kagad ako nun. Yung put clarity on my intention so that I will not defraud her. So when I ask her to go out, it's very clear kung ano yung intention.
There's clarity.
And not only that, I ask people to cover and pray for accountability na,
That's good.
I'm pursuing this person.
Right.
So, para lang alam. So, I think, isa ka dun sa mga tinanong ko, di ba? Pastor Pao,
Yeah.
si Wina, I wanna pursue this relationship. What do you think of Wina? Si Pastor Pao, kasi mas naman silang dalawa magkakilala ni Wina. So, binild up si Wina, no? So, di ko alam, pinipray na lang pala nila kami. But it's good to have someone to talk to for accountability para you don't go overboard. Para ikaw rin, no? Hindi yung kung saan sa mapunta yung relationship.
Ako, Pastor Pao.
Yes.
One of the things that really helped me answer that question was when I heard one of my campus missionaries back then told me when I was still a student. Sabi niya, RB, the only time you'll know if that person is the one, if she also says, I do.
Ooh.
So ibig sabihin, the whole time, that's what makes it faith. That's why faith is element and crucial into the journey.
Kaya pala yun.
Because I've
Pangat.
heard, kaya pala faith yung pangat. Kasi I've heard of stories
You are full of faith.
Full of faith. Kasi I've heard of stories of people who became boyfriend and girlfriend and they said they both heard from God. Pero
yet-
hindi sila nagkatuluyan. And later on, I get to talk to and hear their stories and they would just simply tell me, that was part of my character building journey. And I guess siguro one of the reasons why we ask that question simply because we're simply too afraid of getting hurt. Sobrang takot tayong magkamali at masaktan. And that is valid. Siyempre, nobody likes to get hurt. Nobody likes getting their hearts broken. But what if your heart being shattered is part of God's process of making it into the way He designed it to be?
Wow.
Kasi, for example, yung narinig ko na rin kasi yung gusto niya ako. And that's true. Pero, kasi siguro dahil iniba ni Lord yung kwento niya pagdating sa akin. Kasi Faith would even say that she said yes to me. Kasi sabi ni Lord, walang attraction, wala siyang na-feel towards me.
Oh.
Kasi nag-pray siya, takot siya, kasi nga younger ako, and it's not, parang I am way, parang sa lahat ng preference niya,
Sa checklist niya.
sa
In
checklist
other
niya.
words, wala ka sa radar niya.
Wala talaga ako sa radar niya, wala ako sa checklist niya. And here I am coming in, and she really took a lot of time praying and fasting. God said, say yes. And it is after 6 months when she started to feel things. Na-feel niya na gusto niya na pala ako nung umalis na ako ng airport, umuwi na ako ng Manila. Tapos, bakit ako umiiyak? Doon niya na-gets, ay gusto ko na pala siya. So, I heard of stories of people, sabi ni Lord, pero hindi pala. I guess siguro, the only time you will know if that person is the one, if that person says, I do too. Para the whole process, faith. Lord, trust you from faith from the beginning, faith until we get married, faith until you come back, or die first, then come back, or something like that.
Pastor pa narinig ko dati sa wedding ceremony, in the words of Pastor Patrick Mercado.
Ayun.
Yan na. Sabi niya, simple lang yan, how would you know kung siya na the one? Decide. if you have decided na siya na yun, then you commit to it.
Right.
And kasi sometimes, I think, going back to the fears that we were talking about, yung iba kasi, merong myth of compatibility, na kailangan everything is compatible. O kailangan kung video gamer ako, video gamer din siya. Yung mga, parang minsan, what? Saan ang galing? Kailangan extrovert ako, extrovert din siya. Gusto mo ba talaga yun? Then non-stop na yung banggaan nyo, di ba? So, but God really has shaped our spouses in a certain way that will complement us. And they're not, di ba, hindi man uniform eh. And walang perfect na tao. Kasi kung perfect, di ba? Kung meron, di ba? Parang tayo, di man tayo perfect. So why would we expect a perfect spouse also? So, yun lang eh. But through it all, we decide, we commit. And we say, Lord, I trust you that she's the
Trust
person that you have placed for me for the rest of my life.